Do you want to tell us what's going on in the UK?
I don't know.
This is a pretty crazy story.
This is a real story and a crazy story. This is not. This is. I think
this is going to offend some people.
Well, it's going to offend some people, but I think I don't think we are going to offend people. I think they're going to be shocked and offended finding out.
Do you want to pull up the story, Kai, if you have it on the internet? If you don't have it, Tom, why don't you just tell us what's going on?
So there's a lot of cultures that are in London. There's been a lot of immigration. It's a very diverse city, a lot of people there, and there's a thriving Muslim community there. And in Muslim culture, it's very important that you marry a Muslim woman, preferably not someone that's converted, preferably from a family of origination, and that she be a virgin. And they live in London. And London is a diverse, and it's seen as a Western city.
Yeah.
And so you have a lot of Muslim families that are saying, hey, this is a diverse Western city. How do we know that that Muslim woman you want to marry, coming from a good Muslim family, how do we know she's a virgin? You know, this is important to us. This is, you have to make your faith vows and everything. This is really important. And so there's organization there that is offering virginity tests. And
controversial virginity tests sold by UK clinics.
Yeah, and here it is, BBC News and everything. And
women are being offered controversial virginity tests at British medical clinics as an investigation on my BBC News beat and 100 Women has found the intrusive tests are considered a violation of human rights by the World Health Organization and United Nations, which want to see them banned. Critics say that they are unscientific, cannot be proven whether someone is a virgin, and can be a form of abuse. The test involved a vaginal examination to check if human hymen is intact. The BBC investigation found a member of private clinics and advertising virginity repair, which, when contacted, then also offered the so-called virginity test for between 150. Wait, virginity repair? This kind of takes me back to what, again, I was about to say T.I. and his picture's down there. When T.I. had his daughter and he says, you know, I have my daughter tested every year to see if she's a virgin or not. Do you remember that story or no?
It's right there.
Yeah. Last year, U.S. rapper T.I. sparked outrage after revealing he takes his daughter for a test every year to check her hymen is still intact.
Jesus.
All said they would carry out hymen repair surgery, which costs in the region of $1,500 to $3,000. Data from NHS England showed 69 hymen repair procedures have been carried out. What? Wait, what? Am I reading this correct? Is it saying you pay $1,500 to $3,000
pounds
to make it seem like the person's a virgin?
Right. So this is akin to, first of all, it's horrible. What if some, forget your faith tradition. What if some poor Muslim girl is misdiagnosed by the doctor? And she wants to get married to this guy. Now the family won't have her. No, she meets a nice Muslim guy. They want to get married. They say, well, no. We want to make sure that she's been living in London. We're living in Western society. We want to make sure that you haven't done anything. That's in their culture.
Yeah.
And then the doctor tells, well, no, she's not. That poor woman is now ostracized in her culture. That's bad.
I know that because that's how it is in Iran, just so you know.
So I feel bad for that girl.
How is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, culturally, the husband and wife would go in the room and the sheets would come out and show blood.
Jesus.
And hey,
right.
that's a ritual. Mm-hmm. That's not. And you would say, hey, she's a virgin, and
they're cheering for the blood.
That's the sheets. You show the sheets with blood. This
is on the wedding night, or this
is a ritual that some
but
families
on the wedding
follow.
Night, or what
I don't know the details of what timing of it. At 7 o'clock.
Some of these are like wedding weeks, right?
This is going on in Iran.
I had a very emotional, abusive relation with my parents who wanted to have an arranged marriage. She says, one day an elderly in community saw me out and my friends and said to my mom that one of the boys was my boyfriend. There was lots of rumors in the community about it. She was then threatened with the virginity test by her parents. My parents and the family of the man they wanted me to marry said I had to do a virginity test to prove that I was still a virgin so the marriage could go ahead. I was scared and didn't really understand what it meant. I felt running away was my only option, so that's what I did. Priya Manton manages the helpline for Karma Nirvana. We had received calls from girls who are concerned about this. It might be that they are worried their families have found out perhaps they've been in a relationship or they're not a virgin. It might be a family or pressuring them to go through. Listen, by the way, this sounds radical. It's very common.
Really?
Where I came from.
Really?
This sounds radical, but it's very common where I came from. So the question becomes, if you're watching this, how crazy is this? World Health Organization saying is what? This is absolutely ludicrous. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, look, being from Miami South Beach, I'm used to this. I mean, if you're a virgin, this is what this is how we do it at South Beach. Like there's virgins galore in South Beach. All the models down there. We're looking for. This is why nobody gets married, because there's no freaking virgins down there. I don't. There's a lot of weird stuff going on here. I don't know. We went there, Tom. Just a lot of weird stuff going on here. I got so many questions here. I know that in the Muslim religion, and I'm not conflating any issue. I'm just this comes to mind that when a suicide bomber, they blow themselves up. Why do they do it? Because they're going to go to heaven and they're going to get 72 virgins.
I've always had a question about that.
It's a lot of freaking virgins.
So how long are you in heaven? Eternity?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get a pencil, a calculator. Eternity?
Yeah.
72.
Yeah.
You're gonna run out of virgins.
I mean, there's a lot of virgins out there. I'm just thinking,
Eternity's a long time.
Maybe you cut a deal, you get up there.
Every time they lose their virginity, they do that procedure.
Maybe they're doing something like that.
Well, that's the other part. See, the other part is, there are, I think, companies in here. I think what the WHO is pointing out, that there's companies in here that are exploiting people. Like Virginity Repair. Isn't that like paying a bad mechanic to roll the odometer back on your car?
Yes.
It's like the
Back in the
Seinfeld
days.
episode.
Yes. 20 years ago. That was actually a thing that you did.
Yeah, they don't want low miles. They want no miles.
Yeah.
Right?
But the point is, here's even go forget about the ritual part. I respect rituals of families. It's your ritual. It is what it is now. I don't have to follow the rituals that you follow. I'm just telling you. But I respect the fact that certain religions have certain religions. You're Jewish, Christian. Some are atheists. Some are, Mormons, Jehovah. There's a lot of different rituals that's out there, and they're not the same. So to someone, a Jewish ritual may be some random stuff to do. Like, are you kidding me? You really have to go? Yes, you do. But then there is rituals that cause people to be rebellious. I mean, you are pretty much forcing me to be rebellious here. They used to say when Middle Eastern kids and girls who were suppressed in Iran and Armenia, they come to the States and they gain their freedom, game over.
Oh, yeah.
You can't tell me what to do. I'm going to go and have my fun, Daddy.
Yep.
You don't like it? Guess what? I'm going to have 5 boyfriends. That's what I'm going to be doing. It's a form of a rebelliousness, right? Okay.
The Catholic schoolgirl thing. You told me what to do my whole life, and then you end up moving to South Beach, and then you're the freak of the sheets.
You meet Adam, and the next thing you know, things are changing. It's changing. So, anyways, I don't know how we went to the story, Tom, but I do think it's craziness going on in UK. That is the pressure of what happens when a community says yes, 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 and then eventually like, wait a minute, what the hell are we saying yes to? That's what's happening in UK right now. This is brought on to them by the folks who voted for their politicians, who eventually pushed the envelope to this point where they're saying this is what we're doing next, and now they want it to be reverted back. It's too late. You already accepted it. Momentum's on their side. Anyways, okay.
So you wrote this down right here, and that's exactly what I was thinking. I don't know how old his daughter is. I'm not speculating, but that's exactly. She's like, you're gonna check me every year of my life for my virginity. At some point, she's been like, Dad, like I'm freaking out over here. So
yeah, it's a little too much when you do that. So you know how you go into appointments. I used to always run into appointments, and a guy would sit there, and I'm in the middle of an appointment. We're making a sale, and the guy would have to pick up the call every time his wife called. I'm like, dude, we're in the middle of well, no, Pat, you don't understand. I have to pick up the call. What do you mean you have to pick up the call? I'm just telling you, we have an arrangement. What kind of an arrangement is this? Whenever she calls, I have to pick up.
Every time.
Every single time
so
you have to pick up.
So freaking.
So he was, hey, I'm over here. Hey, Patrick, can you say hi to Mary? I'm like,
hey,
hi,
Mary.
hey, Mary. Okay, babe, bye. I'm like, what?
Get a life, bro.
So then we'd go on another.
I have a friend like that.
Yeah, we'd be driving. I was like, okay, bro. So we're going. So I'm telling you, okay, stop, wait. Hey, Patrick, can you say hi? I'm like, what the hell? And then he finally told me. He says, well, one time, she lost trust because she saw something on my phone.
Yeah,
I have to do this for the rest of my life.
Jesus Christ.
That you can't do that for long term. You cannot do it. It's not a sustainable. It's not a sustainable model. You're eventually going to piss off, and the guy's going to be like, you know what? Screw you. I'm not picking up your calls.